Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Crusader Kings III Tours and Tournaments. Alright, so the first thing we're going to be doing in today's episode is we actually have some children who lack guardians. They're granddaughters of ours. So I'm going to get them set up and we need to take a look at what their education is first. So she's bossy. So we could change her from the martial education to the stewardship. We're going to leave her on that. And we'll just find her somebody who would do all right. Train her on that. So we'll just look for somebody who has the good martial skill here. So we got our knight. So he could train her up. His learning's pretty bad though, so you probably want to pick somebody else. Maybe our grandson here. And he's got the good martial and decent. Yeah, he's got decent learning. I suppose that makes sense. You also got her, and also she's a lady. So if you want to give, have her trained underneath a lady who has a good martial and learning, then yeah, I mean the learning's pretty good here, so she would be the better option. So I guess that's what we'll do. Let's go and send that proposal off. So another thing to consider is improving opinion with people. So she is doing the diplomacy education. She's got that curious. Could always switch her up to the learning education instead. She's the one who's set to marry the King of Poland. It would make sense that she'd be good at diplomacy then. So yeah, we'll stick with the current one. Now we could be the one to teach her. I don't want to take that stress, and it's a granddaughter of our daughter, Princess Bona here. So I think we'll probably have somebody else do that. She's already the court tutor here, and it turns out she's actually pretty decent at diplomacy too. Okay, so probably best to just go ahead and have her do both of these granddaughters then. Okay, so we got that taken care of. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go and turn these armies around here. Send them back into our own terrain here. Because we're going to do something different. And this bug is still present. As far as what we're doing on our innovation, we're currently doing Divine Right. I'd selected something a while ago. I think I had selected maybe, Heraldry. As you can see, it's a little bit more filled out. We had done that. As far as what we've still got left here, maybe it was this one that I had done actually. I'm not sure. But one of these I had selected a while ago. But it clearly got switched when somebody else became the cultural head over to Divine Right. And it's going to continue to potentially be switched every time we have that bug. If I was to pick anything, it'd probably be this one, though. So we can get the high partition. Also helps with the monthly prestige. So yeah, if you switch over that, you get it in 40 years. Could stick to Divine Right and get it in 17 years. And there's some good bonuses there as well. The ability to press several of your claims in a single war is really nice to have. So might as well finish that up since we're so close to getting it done. Alright, so now that we got these guys in our own territory, we're going to go ahead and disband them. It's going to be 2 months before we can raise them back up. So we're going to give it those 2 months. And we did find a worthy successor for that accolade. Alright, excellent. And is this still the same one? Yeah, it's still the same one. I'm going to keep on it, click on it because it catches my attention up there. And let me just see which one this is here to get him appointed, and he's fine. Again, none of these guys have like great prowess. He's loyal though, so I guess there's that. And we won't be able to do this again until 1139. Okay, so I'm about to find another successor there. Nothing else we need to be aware of right now though. Got the control up there, and so now we need to send our son to the next location that has control problems. I think they're at 75 currently, so we need to work on improving that situation there. So we're going to wait until the end of the year here, and then I'll show you guys why I brought our troops back. So loyalty or fear. So as their king, my vassals owe me their allegiance, my word is law, but how much is obedience without devotion worth? In times of crisis, a slow response or a half-hearted effort can lead to disaster. Can I afford such a risk? So like I say, I will win their unwavering loyalty. We'll gain the generous liege. We'll be cutting taxes, but increasing opinion. But because we're arrogant, we'll gain stress for doing that. Because a fear is far more effective. We'll gain some dread, and I guess we're going to injure the count here. I feel like we might have gotten this event before and it was our son that we would have injured. Or we say I have more important men to impress and will instead try and impress the king here. Which sounds like something you might say as an arrogant character, so I think we're going to go with that. I think that's what we went with last time as well. So wait till the end of the year here. And Duchess Juliana has become our steward, so she did force herself into a position using that hook. And our son is paying homage to us. It looks like he's probably not going to give us any money, unfortunately. But we'll still get all that prestige and court grandeur and all that kind of good stuff. Alright, so the reason why I pulled my troops back is that obviously this is a long distance away, guys. And I want to help them and all. But I really want to do a war before our king dies. If we can, I would like to squeeze one out here. And so we couldn't have our troops raised up or we couldn't declare war. And so we had to bring them back, disband them, then wait those couple months there. And who I think I want to declare war on, I'm just to show you guys the potential options. We have 3 options here, but I think it should be on the King of France. And there's some really good wars here. The best one would be this one here for the Duchy of Burgundy. But if we do this while playing as King Raymond, then the bonus for getting this title to him, the opinion bonus, would go to King Raymond. And so he'd be loyal to this king who's going to die soon. So it makes more sense to do this war with our son. And instead just go after a little county or something. So I think that's what we're going to do. Not for him, of course, because obviously that wouldn't be a good use of his claims there. Instead, and again, we'd get the whole duchy there. He'd be underneath us. That would be a really powerful war to do. But yeah, we're just going to do a little one for right now. And so we could do this one here. That's a lot of prestige, though. But this would connect us with Burgundy, so that's one nice bonus there. Because if I'm not mistaken, let me just double check here. Yeah, Burgundy's right there. And so you can either take that one or this one to connect it here. Makes the most sense to get that one there. But you got to use that one war gold that's, kind of expensive. You could also do it with just one of our claims here that we have, which is a lot less in prestige. Obviously, those ones are for our wife's territory. Or we could do this one here for Barry, which is, remember, this is where these guys are located. So, yeah, you could get control of him. And so that would be pretty useful. So, yeah, I could instead go after that. Apparently, we have a bunch of hooks and stuff on her. Those secrets that we found there. On his spouse. So yeah, I could get that one, but that does not connect you with Burgundy. Now, this one you're taking away one of her counties. And I think that's what we're going to do, because I want to connect with Burgundy here. I think that makes the most sense. So let's go and declare war. And again, it's going to be for the ducal conquest of this county here. And, we're going to have some penalties here. But I think that's okay. So let's go and declare war. And then we'll see if we can pull out a win here. Obviously, we're going to want to pull in our allies into this conflict. Obviously, we can't pull in our wife since she's, underneath the King of France. But we can pull in the Pope. And so we should. We can pull in the Emperor, who's known as the Sleeping Basilius. This is a lot of prestige, but yeah, it's worth it. So I'm going to pull him in. Then we can also pull in Provence. And I'm just going to pull everybody in because I want this war to end as soon as possible. But we're not going to pull in Poland because he's got his own conflict. He's not even going to come over here anyways. So we won't pull him in. But we will pull in Leon. Although, how many troops does he have? He only has 626. That's really not worth the prestige there. We'll pull in the rest, though. And then we're going to want to raise up our troops. I suppose right here is fine since that's the location that we want to conquer. So yeah, let's go ahead and raise. I guess we don't want to raise everybody up over here. All right, let's slow this down a bit. And then we'll invade into, not that slow, and then we'll invade into this territory here. All right, so 5639. Probably keep them together since that's the number of troops he has. Though that is over the supply limit. So you might want to, yeah, you might want to split it up then. Just so you're not getting the penalty there. So we'll just split off. We'll probably want to manually split this. And just split off some of the levies, I think. Just to get it under the 3,000 there. And maybe like that. Alright, so this is our current commander here. And probably who we want to leave there. Since he's got the military engineer, we want this to finish up as soon as possible. He doesn't have... Yeah, he doesn't have the best advantage, but that's fine. He also has the aggressive attacker, so that's nice to have. We put another commander here. Not that it matters that much. But he might actually be the commander in the battle. So put this guy in charge here. Alright, so our allies will join, but so will his. And so he'll have the assistance of at least one other king here. So let me just take a look how many troops he's got. He's got 6,000 as well. Okay, so with the Pope coming, that's 7,000. Then of course you got the Emperor coming, and that's going to be 15,000, but it's going to take him a while to get over here. And then you got Provence as well, which is 2,000. So I think we're going to be outnumbered for a little while. But if we can just take this over, then we'll get the ticking war score. That's what's important. He also has Denmark. Forgot about Denmark. That's another 3,000. Let me see. Who else does he have as ally? Looks like that's it. But he's also fighting a war currently. The Danish are fighting that war. So they might not be able to help out immediately. So there's his armies, his allies' armies up here. And we are not sieging the right location. We need to siege over here. And we can fit even less troops over there. Alright, so my bad. We need to split off a little bit more here. Alright, so let's send these guys over here. And then we'll have all of them come over here then. And then we'll get that location taken. And this will be done in 9 months. And our daughter was taken prisoner. By who? Our vassal after he won this battle here. So this is Rosa. Rosa seems like she has always been taken prisoner. Like just consistently. How many times has she been taken prisoner so far? She's one-legged now. Irritable, yeah, you would be. And a drunkard. Yeah, after as many times as she's been in prison. Yeah. She's had a rough life. Feel bad for her. Alright, so we'll get this siege done here. Just trying to take as little of the attrition as possible. See, we already have the support of one of our allies there, but it's not enough troops if they were to join their troops together up here. And we also have the rebellion. Okay, so we were expecting this as well. And so now we're going to have to fight. We're going to have to fight that conflict up as well. 484 troops. So not too bad. I don't know if these guys can win on their own. I mean, yeah, they should be able to win then. It's just the levies there. So we're going to move them over there because we have these 2,000 here. Although now I'm worried that yeah, these guys are going to follow us to this battle. Okay, that's not good. Alright, so yeah, we'll have to come back here because you see that the enemy army is... Ooh, yeah, that's a lot of troops out there. We're not going to be able to finish this siege, guys. We're going to have to wait until our allies get here. Well, the Pope is on the way. Oh, and we died. Damn. I was hoping to get the war done before we died. But we knew it was close, guys. We knew it was close. Alright, so that's unfortunate. But not unexpected. So just take a look at everything here. So we ruled for 27 years. I feel like Raymond had an amazing life. So he was 62 years old. He got to the Exalted Among Men, so we just didn't get that last level there. He's faithful. He's never very pious. He finished up 2 of the lifestyle trees. Almost got to the 3rd one. Or, well, I guess we had a lot of perks left to get to the 3rd one. We fought 12 wars. 3 offensive, 9 defensive. It felt like we didn't fight that many, but there actually was quite a few, apparently. We hosted 3 activities. The Feast, the Festival, and the Hunt. And we attended 11 activities. Were 9 of them ghost town investigations? 2 ancient stone monument examinations. That doesn't seem right at all. Yeah, we'll read this here. King Raymond of Aquitaine has left this world at 62 years of age. He died of old age. A charming man, he became famous for his elaborate feasts and grandiose balls. King Guilhem ascends the throne. Being a talented military tactician, many expect him to lead the realm to many victories on the field of battle. Well, this is his first chance to lead us to victory. He's the new king and right in the middle of a conflict. So he inherited those titles, while his brother inherited these. Okay. So kind of a bummer. I would have preferred if his brother inherited that one. But it is what it is. He's got that one. That's fine. I suppose that one's in his territory, so he's always going to get that one. So yeah, not that bad. We just lost those 2 titles, the duchy and the county. But it does mean that he has 3 counties here. And then taking a look at our lineage, this is who we played so far. So 45 years as the first Guilhem, or Guilhem V technically. But the first one we played as. And now we're our second one, which is going to be the first one of Aquitaine. So we'll see how this goes as this new king. He's 32 years old. So we need to... Let's just take a look and see what all these notifications are about. So some factions have disbanded. We've got a new archbishop. He endorses us, but not as much as he should be, so we're going to need to improve that situation. Let's go ahead and sway him now. 79% chance of success. Those accolades lost those ranks as well. Okay, so now we got a ton of stuff we got to do, as we always do whenever we take over as a new character here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the lifestyles first. So obviously we're going to go with the marshal here, and he hasn't been getting perks for some reason. That's weird. He's got 8 perks sitting here, and he hasn't been unlocking any. Not entirely sure why that is. But we should probably take a look at this character and his traits to see exactly which route we want to go on our perk tree. So Guilhem is arbitrary, which says that he does his own thing, has little regard for others. I don't really like that definition of arbitrary, honestly, but basically with arbitrary, you don't always have to have reasons for doing things. You just do them, arbitrarily. So it's a interesting trait, sometimes a little difficult to work in with the role play. But the other ones are temperate, so he believes that it's best to enjoy things in moderation. That's increasing that stewardship. So we can actually hold 5 titles again, but we have 7, so we need to get rid of a couple here. Yeah, you get that stewardship, you get the health bonus, which he should be pretty healthy at this point of his life. And it's virtuous as well. And he's arrogant like his father. Now he got the really good education trait. So that gives us that really nice marshal. I mean, it's 17 total is our current marshal. And he's a military engineer. So let's go ahead and get the perks and lifestyle selected, which of course we're going with marshal. I feel like being a brilliant strategist, he should probably get the strategy focus. Yeah, I suppose we'll get that one here. Luck can win a duel. A fool can win a battle. It takes more to win war, as that increases the marshal by 3. You can also do like the chivalry focus, though I don't know. He's the most chivalric guy. Nothing would say that he's necessarily not, but yeah, I don't know. I think this makes far more sense here. You could go with the authority focus too. With him being very arrogant, you might want to go that route. And so what's nice here, I suppose, that we can kind of pick which route we want to go and go ahead and just unlock 8 rather than, he would have selected it and you just kind of got what you got. We're going to go ahead and start with this route here. I think that makes the most sense. And then figure out which of these we want to go for. Actually, hope we get them all. Okay, so yeah, you're just going to get really nice bonuses here. And make sure there's nothing here that we want immediately. Like, serve the crown. I mean, both of these would be really good to get. Yeah, you know what? I almost feel like it would be good to get the first 2 here. You get the prowess and reduces the risk of commanding armies is the most important thing here. But you can also challenge rivals in single combat, which is fun. You don't have to go down these other routes, though. Knight effectiveness is nice. And then serve the crown. Just get that dread, so you don't have to worry about rebellions as much. So I might just go ahead and grab these two real quick. And then start moving down the rest of these here. But obviously now at this point, you can't get all of them. So you gotta pick what we want most here. So men-at-arms counter efficiency, that's nice. But travel speed and army movement speed is really good to have as well here. And then this will allow us to siege faster. So that's helpful as well. And this gives you the supply capacity, and that's really nice to have too. I mean, there's some good bonuses no matter what we do here, but let's go with the organized march. And then, yeah, I think we're going to do the hit and run because that gives you the damage bonuses. So those are nice to have. And then, I know men-at-arms counter efficiency is nice, but you know what? Let's go for these two instead. We'll get that one next. All right, so that looks pretty solid, guys. We also need to go into our inventory and just kind of take a look at what all we want equipped here. We're going to remove all these. So we can do this ourselves. He already has these all equipped since he didn't have one of those. So he just got what his father had. But these ones here he already had 4 because we had granted those to him. So we might want to take a look and see which ones would be best in our particular situation. Now, he's already got a ton of kids, so you don't really need to get attraction opinion any higher. We got to put that lucky rabbit's paw in place, though, in both of these locations, because it's pretty good with the prestige and the prowess bonus. So yeah, those are nice to have. So you get the prestige here. Probably crime and punishment. The natural dread's nice to have. Let me see if there's anything else. Well, we do want the row antlers in there for the tax bonus. Well, this one's pretty good too. Increases the opinion of your spouse. Also gives you piety. Our spouse is already a soulmate. Some people are wondering if perhaps she might be cheating on us, considering the fact that, our son has the robust trait. Now, while these are inheritable traits, you sometimes just get them. It doesn't mean necessarily that, their parent always had it. So that's something to keep in mind. You can just get these traits. And they do that, so that the traits can still pop up if, like, let's say all the characters that have them, die or don't produce any children, whatever, their children don't get them. You don't want those traits to completely disappear from the game. So sometimes characters can just get them. Doesn't mean she's not cheating, but generally the soulmates don't cheat on you anymore. They used to all the time. It used to be nothing. But usually when you're lovers with your spouse, they usually don't cheat on you. So she shouldn't be, but I guess you never really know for sure. But yeah, that increases opinion with her, which again is already really, really high. But the piety is nice. Which, just taking a look at where we're at here, we're currently on the faithful. And then with the prestige, he's at distinguished currently, moving towards illustrious. So we're going to have a lot less knights due to that. And we'll take a look at all his stats here after we get all this stuff put in place here. I think we're going to go with this one, guys, rather than with the piety. So we'll get that, and thus we're done here. With the royal court, we'll see if there's anything new that we can add here. So that still needs to be repaired. Most likely that's just going to break. Okay, so he has 2 things here. So he has, the Linus pelt we never put in place. So we already had that as our father. Yeah, here you put this one in, you're going to get prestige, renown, court and guest opinion, and court grandeur. So clearly that should be the one that we put in place here. But we have another location here, so we'll just put the Linus pelt there. It's a little cat pelt. That's great. So let's go and take a look at our stats now. So diplomacy is garbage. We also need to see what our wife is doing for us as well, because for the first time we got a wife who's not ruling any territory on her own. Yeah, diplomacy is terrible. Martial, obviously excellent, very good there. Stewardship is poor. Might want to boost that. Intrigue, average. Learning, pretty garbage. But the prowess is great. Yeah, not too bad there. Now remember, our wife, her highest skill is stewardship. Intrigue's all right. So let's go and take a look. at our council. We'll start with our spouse here and see what we want her to do. So currently she's just giving us 1 point in each. Okay. It'd probably be better to get the stewardship points. That might get us the six title there. And let's just take a look. Looks like we might just be short on that. Or it hasn't updated yet. Okay. I still think that's probably... I mean, this is giving you 5 points total. But more money would be really helpful to have. So we're probably just going to stick with that for right now. And that gets our stewardship up to 11. Yeah, we should be able to control one more title there. Maybe it hasn't updated yet. And that drops the martial down to 19, diplomacy to 6, intrigue to 8, and learning even lower, down to 3. So let's go ahead and fill in these council positions. So I guess we'll want to just take a look at who our powerful vassals are. See if that's changed at all. You know, we have titles to grant as well, so that could change the situation up too. Because yeah, we control all this territory here. We don't really need to have all that. And we did lose that to our brother, who now has this title, and then he has that county that our father granted him over there as well. So he has those 2 counties. So he has a total of 3 counties. In his duchy, he only has the 1. So we still have that. Obviously, we got the capital over here, and we got this territory over here. So just taking a look at what all he has built here. It's kind of based off of that, what we want to get rid of. So looking at these here, it seems that this one's the least profitable. So I should probably grant that out. Obviously this one here, you can't really tell because it's, you know, the one that's getting the penalties there, so we don't know if that's one we'd want to get rid of. But here's the main issue with this one here, is that that's supposed to be under our brother. It's part of the Duchy of Aquitaine. And so you should probably just grant him that, because otherwise we're going to get a penalty here, because he's going to want it. So might as well just grant it to him, and then also boost his opinion with us. And he's not an ambitious guy. He's content. And you can see he's intimidated by us as well. So there's really no reason not to just go ahead and grant this to him and get that huge opinion bonus there. So I'll get rid of one of them, and then I'm going to see if this changes. If we actually need to give out any other titles there. But yeah, we need to fill out these positions now, because yeah, I didn't know if we were giving out any other positions there. Let me just see how many duchies we currently have. We just got the 2 duchies. Okay. Let's remember, we've already had a son. So we have our heir here. He hasn't got his trait just yet. Our daughters, though, have. So, you know, let's take a look and see what all they're currently doing and who's all training them up. So we're currently the guardian for our daughter here. She's 14, so she'll be of age soon. By the time we want to make Raymond underneath us as one of our wards, she'll be of age. So there's no reason why we can't keep her. She's doing the stewardship focus, and she's already got all her traits just about done there. So we'll just leave her on that there. Then we have our second daughter here. She's doing the learning education. Okay, and she's already set up to marry, so yeah, we won't be giving her the court or anything like that. Are we her guardian? No, we got some old guy who's possessed, who's currently her guardian. A great option, clearly. I think we want to change that one up. That's kind of a strange one, honestly. Let's go ahead and remove the guardian here and get her a different guardian, because yeah, this is clearly not the best option, honestly. And we're gonna want somebody with a really good learning here. I mean, yeah, the antiquarian court position, it makes sense to improve his opinion, though also improving the archbishop's opinion would be good as well. But yeah, she'd do great underneath the doctor. She could learn quite a bit. So yeah, let's go and do that. So let's send that off. And then we have Princess Clara. So she's bossy, and thus she's doing the stewardship education as well. Could switch her over to the marshal. She's currently trusting, but yeah, we already have somebody doing stewardship, so why not switch it up? Have her do the marshal one instead. She's got that same guardian. I have no idea why he... Yeah, I don't get why he wants to make that guy the guardian of all his children. He's not even skilled or anything. Not entirely sure what the reasoning there was. So yeah, let's go ahead and find somebody else here. Maybe our nephew and acclaimed knight here? Sure, why not? And then we have Arsenda. Oh, he's not looking good. Our nephew? Yeah, he's ill. Hopefully he makes a full recovery there, because yeah, this marriage is kind of important here for us. So we currently have her doing the intrigue. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, she can stick to that, I suppose. And her guardian is actually our wife here. She's not great, but I wouldn't want to take her away after she's already been granted to her and piss her off, so we won't. Let's go and look at our other daughter. She probably doesn't have any guardians yet. Oh, she does. We're actually her guardian. Okay, so she hasn't had an education selected just yet. She's not bossy. She's pensive. Oh, okay, just hadn't updated yet. I suppose she doesn't have a marriage yet. We could have her go to the church, but at the same time, well, we do have a lot of piety. Yeah, why not? And then what we'll want to do, I think we're currently her guardians. We'll just keep that as is. So it looks pretty good. Okay, so our children have been handled, and so now we need to take care of our council here. So currently, they haven't updated this yet. So we don't know who our powerful nobles are going to be just yet. So we might want to just leave this for just a second. I know you obviously there's problems with doing that. Does this end the war as well? It looked like the war did end. So we're no longer at war with him. We'll have to do a new one. Now we are still in that Liberty War. Okay, I didn't know this would end the conflict here. So now we'll have to bring our troops back here. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Maybe because it was our father's claims, and that's why. I'm not entirely sure. But let's go and disband our troops here. Now we'll have to wait a few months. But we can do the big war for Burgundy, though. So I guess there's that. So let's just give it a month. And hopefully that should update the counselor positions. It still hasn't. Or maybe they're children or something. I'm not entirely sure. We got to get these positions appointed. So obviously he should be our steward. So just go ahead and put him in place now, because that's a very obvious choice there. With the other two, I mean, you could make him into your spy master, I guess. She would do well at being a steward as well, but clearly he's the better option there. I mean, yeah, she's not great at anything, but she is a duchess. So you might want to put her in a position anyways, but what would you put her in? I guess the chancellor. She'd just not be good at that. You could make her spy master as well. Let me just take a look at these other positions, because we got to find a marshal. This was our former position for our current character here, and I want somebody decent at this position. So probably just put, yeah, maybe this count. He's actually pretty close to being a powerful noble anyways, so it makes sense to give him that position. So yeah, we'll make him our marshal. And then we might need to increase control somewhere. I'm not entirely sure. That place is no longer ours, so we don't need to do that. And so I guess we don't need to increase control. And so instead we can go ahead and have him, I guess we'll want him to do the train commanders. Yeah, to get those bonuses for this upcoming conflict here. So yeah, we'll switch him over to that. He's still collecting taxes here, and I think we're going to keep him on that for now, since we're trying to raise money and stuff. So we'll keep him on that. The spy master, let's just take a look, see what our options are here. Oh wow, he's really good at this potential job here, far better than he'd be at marshal. I didn't realize just how good his intrigue is. So it makes sense to switch him over to this position then. Let me just take a look and see who other options are here. So I always put Sancho, our knight, as the marshal. Yeah, you don't really have any other good options. I mean, you got her. She just has that one county, though. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You got Albert, which Albert was supposed to be like a really good knight for us, but you see his prowess is just garbage, despite the hell trade. So yeah, he will hopefully, with his spouse, create a line of knights for us. But yeah, our bastard nephew here is not what we wanted him to be. So we won't be able to serve as a knight. We'll just have to see if he can't create a line of knights instead. But yeah, he could be a okay spy master. He doesn't like us that much though, so that's something to consider here. Yeah, clearly he's the better option for Spy Master, so I think we're actually going to go ahead and switch him over to this position. And then just get somebody else in the Marshal position instead. And I'm thinking probably just Sancho. Yeah, we're going to put Sancho in this position. And then for the Chancellor, I think we might just, rather than put somebody who's good in this, just appease the Duchess here. And put her into that position. She's not great at it, but it's what it is. Maybe she'll get better. I don't know. Alright, so let's go and take a look at all of our notifications here. So we got the disabled buildings. So that should update here. We do have multiple items now that have the low durability. Now we knew about that one there. This one here, that's still going to last 20 years, so that's fine. But yeah, we can go ahead and fix crime and punishment. Yeah, so we'll fix that. So he's irritated, of course, by not having a position on the council. Our men-at-arms are not stationed, so we need to take a look at that. Do that in a minute. We can create an accolade. These just need to be reinstated, I think, though. Which we probably can't have. Yeah, we probably can't have all those. We can negotiate some alliances. So with Duchess Juliana. Oh, so we didn't really need to put in her position because she's a potential ally here. Since she's our niece. And then also with our mother. We'll do that alliance. But yeah, we're not going to have all those alliances that our father had. So that means the war would be a lot more difficult. So that's unfortunate. So might need to find her spouse simply for an alliance. There's also our son. And that can set up an alliance as well. But clearly, we're not going to be able to do the war until we fix that issue. Our lack of alliances. Alright, so let's go ahead. Take a look at our knightly positions first. So we still have both of these guys in place here. And yeah, we'll just put this guy here into this position. And then over here, we already got Sancho there. So that's fine. We can create another accolade, but obviously we don't want to do that. We want to enact one of these two. So what happened to the other position that our father had? Because neither one of these are it. So these are clearly positions that he had before. A politicker, which you wouldn't really want to just put these in place. Okay, I see. Or a reeve. I think we've already looked at this one before. Yeah, or you could just create a new one. Kind of bummer that we just lost that one, though. I'm not entirely sure what happened to that position. But yeah, we can create another one over here with one of these two characters. Maybe this was the guy that we had here? I'm not entirely sure. You could do the Charmer. So this looks different. So I think this is probably part of the patch. There was a patch today that I downloaded. Or maybe it was yesterday. Okay, so yeah, we have only that trait that we could do. There's also a disciplinarian that we could put in place here. Alright, and that reduces the county attrition for the army. Also, levies are cheaper and they reinforce faster. So that's not a bad one to have. Yeah, really not a bad one to have there. So could put this character here in charge. He's alright. He's better than this character, I suppose. He also has other options too. There's the scoundrel one. But yeah, we don't like that one. Now, we can change up his... Oops, my bad. We can change up his secondary. He currently has the stalwart, but we already have a primary for that. But yeah, this is just the scoundrel. Okay, so yeah, you'd probably want to go and get that as a secondary then. Just leave it as is. It's not letting us do this position because he doesn't currently serve as a knight. I don't understand why he would serve as a knight with the lower prowess. I mean, he's the personal champion. I suppose we can remove him from that position. Let's just take a look here. Maybe we just want to remove him from personal champion, not have a personal champion for right now. Yeah, I think that's the way to go about doing this. He's still the caravan master, so we'll leave him in that position. And not entirely sure if that'll change up who our knights are. Because I'm not entirely sure why that one guy's not a knight. But he is. Oh, he's forced to do it. I see. So yeah, we just want to change that up then. And that'll make him into a knight. Okay, so now we can go ahead and create this position here. So we need a name for it. It's currently Golden Challenger. So we clearly need to change up where these guys are positioned here. So we got another armored footman. He's stationed there, I believe. Okay, so we'll probably not keep him, considering the fact that we have this armored footman. We'll keep him for now, till we got the money to replace him, of course. But it's the light horsemen that need a position. Alright, so let's just see where the open position currently is. I guess you could just do it by going like this. It should show you the one open position, or in this case, maybe we got two open positions. Okay, so you'd want to just do that one there. Yeah, it's clearly the best location for him. Okay, so we got that satisfied. Because we did lose our stables. And then also, we can negotiate an alliance with this count here. He wouldn't accept anyways. Alright, so I think that's it. Obviously we want to do a war, but let's improve our current situation here. And we got an event, Strange Colors. So every now and then, the sky over Montague turns several colors at once, unnatural hues of purple, red, green, blue, pink, and more. This lasts for several hours. Such a strange phenomenon has been going on for many days and was witnessed throughout many settlements, as it could be seen for miles and miles. Though there was no known effects, many who witnessed it are bewildered. Neither the local scholars nor priests could explain what is going on. So they say, who knows what mysterious forces are at play here? And then we'll get this modifier. Increasing development growth. Okay. Not a huge effect there or anything. Did form the alliance with their mother. And the Duchess Juliana. And we still have the war over here that we're supposed to be helping out with. That we just kind of inherited. Over there with King of Poland. Do we still have an alliance with him though? Because it would seem like we wouldn't. So they don't really have any reason to help him now. Because we're not even allied with them. We're just kind of stuck in this conflict. Now, we are still allied with Revance. But frankly, we don't have any key alliances that we need here. We no longer allied with the Pope. So going to war with France at this point would be more difficult. We always have a much more martial-minded king here. But yeah, he's got less total soldiers overall. We do have a child we have to look at here. Yeah, he still has his two alliances and all the troops that brings. And he's got 11,000 troops of his own here. So yeah, we would not be able to declare war on France at this moment and have any chance of winning that. We absolutely have to get an alliance somewhere. So whose kid is this? So this is our niece. She's the daughter of Bona here. And she had a son. And this is the line that we're trying to get Burgundy for. So pretty important line here. Maybe name him after the father. Yeah, I was like, just keep it in the family here. Keep the family name, Guilhem, since he has the rightful claim to Burgundy. And our wife is pregnant again. Okay, so we're 33, she's 32, and we've only had the one son thus far. We've had a bunch of daughters. And we're gonna need to use our children for an alliance. We're gonna have to find one here, because we need an ally against France. In fact, we're gonna need a couple allies against France. We really should have waited to do those alliances until after we had the marriages. Let me just see. We'll see what this event here is about. So this is just one of those court events where they're criticizing, your current amenities that you provide. And so you have the choice of kind of giving in and getting the court grandeur immediately. What are we currently sitting at? Yeah, I mean, that's obviously pretty low there. We're trying to earn money though. But yeah, we could change over to the decent food. But we're arrogant. So like, how would we feel about these people talking smack about us? But you can see that they're basically talking about the ones that we haven't ticked up to level 3 yet. Could instead say, out of my way, you ungrateful barnacles. Lose opinion with them, lose court ranger. Could say, if you don't like it, go find somewhere else to leech off of. We'll lose court ranger in that case too, but we'll gain prestige. Who the hell are these? Just some courtiers? Okay, so this is the wife of our nephew, an acclaimed knight. And this is just a guest. So nobody. So we could instead say, worldly distractions only separate us from heaven. And that's one thing to consider here with our new character, is that he's temperate. So he enjoys everything in moderation. And so he probably wouldn't want to switch over to any of these, as that sounds like an adequate option here. Or you could do this, but as an arbitrary arrogant character, we wouldn't want to do that. Probably go with this option here. Again, some piety. And we'll increase opinion with Simon, which is something that we are attempting to do anyways. Could always hold court now that we just became the new king. Now, as I said before, we don't want to do this very often, but if it made sense at any time, it'd be when we first become the king. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do it. Why not? Let's see what petitions we get. So hold court, unhappy match. So this is our daughter, Isabella, and she wants us to annul her marriage with Prince Samuel of England. He is driven by sin, she says. Let me see. He's gluttonous, sadistic. Yeah, he's not great. But how do we not have a marriage with the King of England, considering the fact that like we have a bunch of children married to his, including our daughter here, married to his children. I'm not entirely sure why we don't have more alliances. Like, shouldn't we have an alliance with the King of England here, considering the fact that that doesn't make any sense to me anyways. Let me just take a look here. Why are we not allied with him? We really should have some alliances right now. Man, I'm not entirely sure why we don't have any alliances. So yeah, we should be allied with the King of England. Let me see here who else we've got marriages with. Yeah, Leon, that should be an alliance here. And here's another marriage with the King of England's son. That's with Walter. And now let me just take a look. Which son this is. Okay, so this is the second son. So he's the one who's actually set to, well, I guess they're both set to inherit something. He's getting 2 counties, or earldoms there in England, while he's getting 1. He's already had a son here, so, or a couple sons actually. And so therefore you can't just like kill one guy and then our dynasty gets the throne, because remember this is a matrilineal marriage. So I don't know that we would want to give in here. And besides, you know, I don't think we're the type of character to just end this marriage here. Anyway, continuing what we're looking at here. Our children. Yeah, we already have that alliance there, obviously. And then, yeah, these two are not married. Yeah, I feel like we should have a couple alliances here. So we say, I understand you are free of him. We'll get a weak hook on her. And we'll break the betrothal. And Prince Samuel will obviously be upset. You say an agreement is an agreement, or then you'll never marry. And yeah, we're not going to do that. Yeah, we're going to go with this, and unfortunately, you know, our daughter's just going to be upset with us. A shadow in the night. The woman who approaches my throne is clearly a commoner. My lord, she begins her speech. I represent the local community of Toulouse. In the last few months, our cemeteries have been plagued with the disappearance of bodies. All had been dug up and left with no trace. At first we feared wild animals or obscure powers at work, but then we caught your own physician hauling the dead bodies away for his experiments. Please put a stop to this blasphemy. So I don't think there's anything in our traits would say we go either way on this. Maybe arbitrary, we wouldn't really care. We can say studying the human body is a sad necessity. We'll get that modifier decreasing public opinion. And also, any non-callous or sadistic courtiers or guests will lose opinion with us, but our doctrine will improve his lifestyle experience points. We say guards arrest the grave robber. Get that safe cemeteries. Again, I don't think we'd do that. We're just telling them to cut it off. Well, I mean, we're not a callous or sadistic person, and I suppose a lot of people in the Middle Ages would find that to be a pretty deplorable act. The church was ardently against studying bodies, and that was, a negative to them actually for medicine, because it's pretty important for doctors to know how the body works inside. So it was pretty common, I'd say, that people would find this to be repulsive and would not support it. So with us not being sadistic or callous, maybe we should do one of these two options. I don't think we're going to arrest him. Maybe just tell him to cut it out. He'll lose some opinion with us, but yeah, we'll just do that. A holy tomb. The peasant in front of me seems about to explode with excitement. My lord, the miracles, the holiness, we have been blessed. His enthusiastic ramblings are confusing, but I finally get the gist of it. He wants me to sponsor the cult of a local saint who has recently died. Joan was a miracle maker in life, known for living all his life atop a pillar and preaching to the birds. His tomb is attracting devoted visitors from all over the realm. So we can say His Holiness will get the veneration he deserves, and that'll get us a temple holding in this county here. We'll have to spend 250 piety. We'll increase our control there. So you might want to take a look at where this is exactly. Who owns it and all that kind of good stuff. So that's right here. Okay, and that's owned by this count. Got it. Who's currently serving as our spy master, the one with the very good intrigue and martial. Okay, so I think it's important to know where that was. We can instead say, I shall eradicate this blasphemous nonsense right away. We'll gain dread and gain piety, but the control will be decreased there. Or we say, I don't care about your peasant superstitions. Well, an arbitrary character, we probably would say something like that. And that sounds like something an arrogant character might say as well. I don't know that temperate would have any effect here. But you don't really get anything from that. Unless you get the dread. I mean, arbitrary, you could really go with any of these, honestly. Maybe not that one. Why not? Let's go with this one, get the piety and the dread. Yeah, we'll go with that. Alright, so nothing really exciting or meaningful out of those, as usual. That's typically the case with these. We can't ask our head of faith for gold. Probably should. We need some gold. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We get for the 250 piety, we'll get the 367 gold. So let's go ahead and do that. So it's a real shame we don't have the alliance with the Pope anymore. That's why I wanted to squeeze in that war at the end there. I did not expect to not have any alliances, though. I'm very surprised that we don't have these alliances. You know what? They might have changed the way that works. 'Cause yeah, didn't you? I mean, I could have swore you got alliances if you had a marriage with somebody's children. Yeah, maybe they changed it. I think I might have read something about it. I could be mistaken, though. It sure seems like it, though. That doesn't make any sense why we wouldn't have alliances there. Our niece was taken prisoner, and that's the Duchess, Juliana. Okay, so we could always, now replace her as Chancellor, which she was garbage at that position anyways. Because we have that alliance with her, so she can't really rebel or anything. So we don't need to have her in that position. And put somebody in here who might actually get us some bonuses. I mean, there's also this guy, if you just want to appease him. So he just has that one county. I'm not entirely sure why he's always considered to be a powerful vassal here. So you could just put somebody in this position who's, good at it. Maybe put in one of these two characters. That Count Sand, so he's actually a count. So you could put him in that position because he's got a very high rating, so why not? So we'll go and do that, and so he'll help us out getting some increased opinion. Alright, so we got all that money, so now we got to figure out what we want to do with that. And I think as a very martial-minded character, we'd spend this on the military. And so that's what we're going to do. We have the 2 armored footmen. I think that's unnecessary having 2 of the same type of men-at-arms here. So let's instead get a different men-at-arms. And we'll probably want to get the armored horsemen. We're going to take a look at what the King of France has and just try and counter his men-at-arms. So he's got bowmen, light horsemen, and armored horsemen. Okay, so he really doesn't have a lot of men-at-arms. So most of that is counting here is his allies' military strength. Okay, I see. Yeah, I was thinking that he had gone up to 10,000. Yeah, that wouldn't have made any sense. So yeah, this is just his allied strength here that's counting. Though he actually has a lot more allied strength than that. But yeah, the men-at-arms here is not impressive. So I mean, if you wanted to counter his horsemen, then yeah, you get the pikemen there. And so that would be useful. But the armored horsemen also have some very nice bonuses, but they're expensive as well. So that's something to consider, just how expensive they are. And so you got to pay the most for them. So yeah, maybe just get the pikemen so you can counter them. Counter any horsemen. I think that's what we're going to do. Let's get the pikemen. We'll go with the cheaper one. You know, we won't make a ton of money here. So yeah, we'll get them, and then we'll want to go and invest more in them, I think. Increase them up to size 2, and then maybe size 3 here, and then just further boost the archers and the light horsemen, and really just pump it into the military, because I think that's what we want to work on. Now we do need to station these guys, so let's go ahead and do so. I'm probably just in the location that they were located, although they would get a better bonus here than the, let me just double check here. Who do we currently have there? Is it the light horsemen? Yeah, you're better off moving them over here. Okay, so let's move them over here. And then we'd want to move these guys right here because I get the better bonuses there. Alright, excellent. Alright, so just kind of step up our military here. So we'll have more men-at-arms. Since this is going to be a more war-focused character. Although maybe not, because we're sick. We'll just die here. Just started as a character. You never know what can happen. And that alliance has ended. She lost her titles. Was that like a rebellion? Yeah, it looks like that's what happened there. Okay, so it resulted in her son being put in place instead, and he's still just a boy here. So yeah, a lot of things happening in the realm right now. But let's take a look at this event, and unfortunately we'll have to end the episode. So we have a good doctor here. He's very skilled. He's loyal as well. He's deviant though. He's an intelligent character. Yeah, he's a renowned physician and scholar. He's a great doctor. So you say, do no more than what is necessary. It is too late for caution, or leave me be. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that would... I mean, maybe a moderate character wouldn't want to go with this option. Yeah, the risky treatment may have great outcomes, could also lead to worsened symptoms or permanent injuries. We're just going to go with this one here. Yeah, just because he's moderate here. So yeah, we'll go with that one. And he did a great job, as you'd expect from a really good doctor here. And so while we're still sick, we did get good treatment here. So, unfortunately, we're getting the penalties for being ill. The prowess is reduced. We're still very good prowess here. Fertility's reduced, and you get the sphere health penalty, but we're fine. Our dread is also being affected here. So I was going to try and make it to find out what gender our child is, but unfortunately, we're going to have to end the episode here, guys. So yeah, we need to find alliances. There's a lot of options out there. We're not tied to any family currently. I think we need to find an alliance to help us out against the King of France, because clearly, you know, even with our more martial-minded character here, even with our investments in the men-at-arms, we'd have difficulty winning this war against all of his allies and his own troops. So I think it would be wise to go ahead and well, another thing that's also going to help with this, by the way, is getting his opinion ticked up. That gets us more of those levies. It looks like we already have all 279, so never mind. But we can get more of his money, so that'll help. But yeah, we need to get an alliance. So there's a few different options out there. You know, obviously the King of England is a choice. He has other children here. We've pretty much arranged marriages with 3 of his kids here. So there's only her. She's the only one still remaining. She's a club-footed twin here. She's twins with this daughter here. Okay, so yeah, you could try and do an alliance there with the King of England. Could instead go with Castile with his 6,000 troops. That might be a good choice there, though it looks like he doesn't have anybody available currently. Yeah, nobody who could do a marriage there. The Queen of Aragon really doesn't have many troops here, so I don't think that would be a good option. There's the Holy Roman Emperor. A lot of children here. So, I mean, you could do a potential marriage here. Let's take a look. You know, if you're to do the marriage with our son and heir and her, I mean, she has... Oh, no, I guess that's our son's trait there. But yeah, you could do this, and then you get that really good alliance. I feel like if you do a marriage like this, though, you got to do a grand wedding, right, between a king and an emperor. Though the grand weddings might still be broken. I don't know if they fixed this yet in any of the recent patches. But yeah, that's 12,000 troops. That'd be plenty enough for us to win against the King of France. And then this war would be for his claims to get the entire Duchy of Burgundy, which wouldn't link up to us since we weren't able to do that other war, but I think that's the best way to go about doing this here. It's the way to get the most territory. So yeah, I think that's what the conflict would be, and we want to make it worth it as well. So that'd be a big conflict against 3 kings, because he's got 2 allied kings here. And so yeah, it'd be against 3 kings here. I'm not sure how that would work with the emperor coming in against one of his vassals here. So that'd be an interesting situation here, because that's where a lot of his troops are coming from. But yeah, I'm thinking the Holy Roman Emperor would make the most sense as an ally. He's a neighboring country as well, so he can get here fairly quick. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do. And there's a couple of options there, because he has both... Well, I guess he just has the 2 daughters. I was going to say that he has a daughter and a son, but he only has the 2 daughters. She has the pretty trait, though. And she's younger as well, which has something to consider the fact that our own son is only 1. So we got some options there. So we'll take a look at that in the next episode. Do hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next video, and hopefully we'll get to play a little bit longer, because obviously with us becoming a new character, a lot of stuff we had to take care of. So yeah, I didn't get very far here. So hopefully you should get a little bit further in the next one. So I'll see you then, and thanks for watching.